Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Hello guys, welcome to the stream. We're here we're here on the ground here in Gatwick Airport. Oh, as an EasyJet just takes off. Where are they going? They are going to the Canary Islands, Gran Canaria. Nice. There they go. Anyway, let's get inside the cockpit. This is the Flight Factor A320 that we're flying today. This is the last of my 3 planes that I have on X-Plane. And it's the last one to be shown on the channel, so let's get everything set up. So we're going to be starting at cold and dark. I don't actually know how you can, I'm sure there's a way you can get it to load into a different, oh there you go, it is in turnaround state, hopefully. I don't know whether that's saved. Right, on goes the ground power unit. We'll go ahead and get the aircraft fired up. There we go, and the batteries can come on. And the IRSs might be aligned, they might not. We'll see what happens. I don't know if they're going to be aligned or not, we'll see. Doesn't look like they are. Just make sure that we're on the latest nav database. You can see there we are. And it's all fine, so. And the aircraft is activated and everything. It's all working. We'll just let this fire up a minute. And we'll get everything set up. So let's go ahead and get all our weights in while we're waiting for the aircraft to power itself up. So today, our block fuel, can I not type that? No? Doesn't look like I can. That's a little bit annoying. Why can't I type? I can't even move it. Hang a minute. Can I do it from performance data? I thought I was able to change it from here. What if I call the fuel truck? No. I shouldn't have called it yet. Oh, there you go. I've called it, look. And now I can alter it. So we're looking for 6901 kilos of fuel. And set, and that should now be in the aircraft. The IRSs are not aligned. Okay, we'll just do that then before we get underway. Nav, 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 and they should now start aligning. IRS init, look. They should start initializing by themselves. You can see they're going to start getting up. They are aligning on. So you can see there now they are now aligning. And that there you go. So they're aligning on, look. So they're going to start aligning now. We're going to put the IRS in it on this side, so I can play on the route in the other side. Just make sure everything's turned on that we need to be on at the moment as well. So we'll go through here. We want the crew supply of oxygen to be, obviously we want that to be active. On the emergency lights, and this one's going in the middle, and cargo heat on. I think that's everything. I thought, oh yeah, seatbelt signs and whatever, let's get those on as well. There we go, and that's about it for now, I think. So, and then we'll let the IRSs align. They'll take a good bit of time, I suspect. So, what we need to do, just get the weights plugged in, and then we'll get on with it. So we want to call the jetway at the left front of the aircraft. It should connect. Oh, I am using Samworld jetways, but it doesn't appear that it wants to connect today. I don't know whether it doesn't work at Gatwick. It's a brand new scenery, Gatwick Airport is, so maybe I don't know, I tried looking at it earlier, but if you go to airport services, look, they don't have any. Oh, hang a minute, I put it in manual mode and that seems to have maybe done something. No, can I not call a jetway myself? It doesn't look like I can. Doesn't look like I can call the jetway. So I'll put it in auto mode. Just make sure the beacon's not turned on, because that will stop it connecting. Yeah, it's not on. We'll put the strobes on auto and the nav and logo lights on. But okay, so it doesn't appear that it's going to be working the jetway stuff for today. I don't know why, it just isn't. That's fine. Also, it gives us the meta for Gatwick, which is quite nice. QNH apparently now 9 and 9 are 3. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think that's going to be connecting, sadly. Never mind, we'll just use the stairs. So we'll call the stairs on either side of the aircraft. And in terms of passengers today, we're looking at about 138. So 138, type that in there. This thing only takes 136 apparently. And cargo, we're looking at 1,600 kilos. We'll just call all the baggage and then we'll get that underway. There it is, 1,600 kilos and set. And that should be that. I don't think we need to look at anything here. We'll get the chock set. That doesn't seem to be encouraging the thing there though, so we'll just leave it. Everything else is all loaded on board. We'll just check our performance weights now. And we're looking for a 0 fuel weight. So we've got a full passengers look. And this is where we need to try and alter our cargo weights. So we want to have a look at how much cargo we need to hit a 0 fuel weight of 59.7. So we need another 5,000. There you go, that should be in there now, and we'll go ahead and set that. I don't know whether that's optimised. I'll put cargo all parts. You can see I don't think that's optimised, so what we'll do, we'll only put 500 kilos in this one, and then we'll add on 3,000 kilos here, and then go up to 3,000 kilos there. That's about what we had before. Set that. That should hopefully be a bit more organised now. If we look at our video fuel weight is still about in the 59s, and trim centre of gravity. I don't know how I can optimise centre of gravity. Does it let me do that? It doesn't look like it does. So I think we'll try and put. Actually, if I just go to service and then cargo and enter in 6,600 set, there we go. That should now make it a bit more. There you go. The trim's now an up value and the centre of gravity's come down a little bit. So that's cool. We'll just go ahead and set that. And we'll leave this like that now, for now. Just check failures, make sure there's nothing there. And then we'll leave that like that. So, at the moment we've got Gatwick delivery and Gatwick ground online. Nothing else. So delivery is going to be on 12195. There it is, 12195. And ground is on 121.8. So we'll just get those two frequencies in.
Okay, because this is the one that we've got from our flight planner and we've already put it through ACARS.
Amazing. So, we'll just get that set up and we'll get our route plugged in now as well. The IRSs are aligning, hopefully. I don't know how long they're going to take, but they shouldn't be too long. Right, so we're going to be going from Gatwick down to ENBR, Bergen. Wait, what? It didn't register me pressing the N. What? ENBR. Well, I need to hit these keys more than once.
Report ready.
And course time. Why is it not hitting buttons when I want them to? 4, 3, 2. Cost index 25. Cruising stay at 370. And the wind will request that and that should get put in automatically for our route, hopefully. At least for our climb and descent it will anyway, hopefully. Now, departing, we're using runway 26 left on the Frame 1 X-ray departure, I believe. We were initially planning 08 departure today, but it doesn't seem to be on there. Where is it? ABCD. Oh, there it is, the Frame 1 X-ray, I didn't see it. And then from Frame, we're taking M604 to Lager, and then it's Z278 to Unbud, Why does it doesn't register when I click the U. I have to press U like twice sometimes in this aircraft. Maybe it's where the cursor thing is. And then Z322 to Aluva, and that is literally it. Very short route today. And it didn't register me pressing the A. Why does it do that? Is it how I'm clicking it? There we go, to Aluva. Insert, so go back, insert that, and that's that for now. And then down in Bergen, arrival, we're going to be using the ILS-17. It's going to be the Aluva 2 November for now with the NEPAM transition. I'll have a look at shortening that when we get further along our route. We'll just head back. Perfect. Initial climb today is going to be about 5,000 feet, I think. Amazing. Flight directors. Oh, look, we can't turn the flight directors on, can we? We're waiting for the IRS to aligning. More positions, they go align on reference. So these things are starting to align now, I think. There it goes, they've now aligned, look. They're in the process of aligning. You can see they're going to take 1 minute now. And then they'll be done. So what we need to do now is grab the ATIS quickly. So request controller info on the ATIS. We have information mic, runway 26 left, QNH 90904. So we'll get that in there, and we are stand 106, information mic, type A320, and we'll go ahead and request clearance. Once the frequency is clear, there's someone talking. Oh, there you go.
Also at 71, that is the brake, everybody 5. Pass message.
Max auto brakes. Apparently it's still refueling, is that correct? No, the fuel on board, although it's just finished. No. Does that mean that the fuel truck is there? Because we've got the correct amount of fuel. We'll remove the fuel truck now then, because we have got the correct amount of fuel on board, 6,900 kilos. Gatwick delivery, hello, Skyways 432, stand 106, type A320 with information mic. Request IFR to Bergen, please.
Skyways 432, Gatwick delivery, hello, Delta Bergen. Frame 1 extra departure, squawk 0751.
Cleared Bergen via the Frame 1 X-ray departure, squawk 0751, Skyways 432.
Skyways 432, correct. QNH 994, report ready.
994 will report ready, Skyways 432. Okay, so there we go, that's that. We'll just go ahead and set the squawk before I forget. 0751. Why is that not? Okay, do I have to clear first? Yes, 0751. 1. Why do I have to click buttons twice in this aircraft? Right, there we go. So we'll report ready before going over to tower. This can just go on to I normally want to get on the flight plan in this aircraft, and then we'll have this one on the flight plan, and then we'll have this one on the performance. So we want flaps 1 for takeoff today. I thought these things would be put in manually, they're not. I haven't got a takeoff calculator unless this one happens to have one. There you go, performance data. Does that have anything useful that I can use? It gives me the trim, so it'll be up. I don't know, I'm positive this should be automatic. 1/up 0.4. There. So it gets that part for me. However, the V speeds and everything, how do I get those? I'm pretty sure there is a takeoff calculator somewhere, so I think we'll try and use that. One really cool thing we can actually use is a browser built in to the A320. I can't use Google though because it asks me to log in and fails. So what I need to do, we'll just forget that because it bugs out. You can't go on Google with this browser in the plane because it doesn't know what location you're at. I actually tried out ordering Dornos once. I tried going on their website and it was like, where are you in the world? Luckily we do have a A320 takeoff calculator.
Lambon to X-ray departure. Squawk 0561.
So we'll do that, off runway 26 left, get that in there, and it should hopefully...
Roger, this is Lambon to X-ray departure, that is Lima.
And I'll take off rate
66
66.
and squawk 0561.
So I've got the weight in there, and it hasn't really... There we go. So we should now hopefully have some calculations. There we go. So I've just run it through the calculator. Runway 26 left, full length. And this is with the Gatwick metal. We're going to be going... so our... weights are looking okay. So everything's looking fine. So at the moment it's going to be Flex 64. That looks a bit higher to me. Flex 64 and 151, 152, 153. That seems too high to me. Those V speeds seem a bit high. We're not even that heavy. I put in the correct weight. It's in kilos. I put in the correct weight, but it doesn't seem to be... I put in a weight of 66, 170 takeoff weight, which is exactly what we've got. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. That doesn't seem very good, that takeoff calculator. I don't know. I wish the aircraft in X-Plane would just have... I'll have a look in plugins, but I don't think there is one that goes with this aircraft. No, there isn't. It really annoys me. Like, you know, if you do it in FSX, you get automatic SID speeds, but it doesn't do that in this game, and I don't know how you're supposed to get SID speeds otherwise. No matter. That is that. Anyway, so we'll go to the init page, make sure everything's in there correct. There you go, we'll get our zero fuel weight. So, hang a minute, maybe putting in our zero fuel weight will allow it to calculate stuff. 59.3 if we round it, 59.3, and a centre of gravity of 26.8. 26.8. There we go. Put that in there. Oh, boo. Okay, nice, actually. It is able to put in our... So we'll put in our fuel now, which is 6.9. And maybe it can calculate V speeds then. So we'll put on 6.9, look, in the fuel. I mean, has this started auto-loading the weight? I don't know, it says weight boarding. Does this mean it can calculate stuff automatically now? Yeah, it's telling me to check takeoff data. Why is it saying check takeoff data? Is it unhappy with something? It's not even allowing me to change the V speeds now. What's going on? Oh, it is now. I don't know what's going on with this aircraft. It's being a bit weird with the takeoff stuff. Has it done the init stuff? So there you can see it's put in all the details, look. So I'm wondering if that means it would calculate the takeoff speeds for us. I don't know. Well, I won't be able to do it now, but I think we'll see if it's able to do that in the future. Anyway, that's all. Let's go ahead and get the aircraft actually fully set up now. So we'll go ahead and go to the APU and click on. Get the fuel pumps on. Nothing else is on. Nothing else needs turning on now. I think we're all good. So just need to set the trim actually. So we'll go to flight controls, and trim needs to be set to... Oh, we can't set the trim, can we? Until... Can't set the trim. Oh, that's the flaps, okay. Okay, APU is ready to start. Go ahead and start that. And beacon can come on. And we'll get our parking brake on. And this can go back to service. We can get rid of the chocks now. And we can get rid of all the ground services now as well. So passengers, remove. Cargo, remove. They're all gone. That should shut the doors, I'm hoping, automatically, yeah.
Stand 560 A319 information might request clearance to Malaga.
Were they at Heathrow?
605, okay, in the plane. Hello, clear, Oliver.
Oh, they weren't. Okay, so the flight director's left side and right side are done.
4453.
Clear to Malaga, November 1 X-ray, squawk 4453, easy 8605.
Is it 8605, correct? QNH 994, report ready.
QNH 994.
Why is it saying check takeoff data? Is my takeoff data wrong? I mean, it probably is, because that calculator was not accurate, I don't think. But the thing is, I can't actually change it. It's not like doing an auto change for me. Oh, I'll just leave it. Whatever it's doing, it doesn't really know itself. Okay, right, let's get ready to depart then. Finally. So we'll go to SID and get the charts up on Navigraph. Gatwick delivery, Skyways 432, ready for push and start.
Skyways 432, hold position, contact aircraft 121.8. Bye bye.
Hold position, contact ground 121.8, Skyways 432, bye bye. Great, so we need to go ahead and contact tower now. Ground, I mean. Gatwick ground, Skyways 432, stand 106, ready for push and start. Push and start, approved, face east, Skyways 432. That guy's quite quiet actually. Right, better push back, start push back.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
This guy's really quiet. Right.
Ground to
There we
cockpit,
go.
tow is driving up.
Start that, and the APU is running now, so we can get the APU bleed on, which means the external power can come off, and we can get rid of it. There we go. And then we just need to wait for the pushback tug. Oh, we need to get that on Captain and Pers as well, rather than just Captain, but there. And that's about it. Now, I do wonder whether we need to do like a... Okay, there's an option. In the 757, the cabin crew bong you throughout the entire flight if you don't do a safety briefing. And I was just checking with the flight facts did the same thing with this aircraft, but it doesn't appear that they have. You need to do some safety briefing, otherwise the game does like start shouting at you. Not shouting at you, but like the cabin crew bong you every couple of minutes. Right,
Okay,
parking brakes
all doors
on.
and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Excellent, so he's driving up now. We'll get the engines into ignition start mode. Right, is the tow actually driving up? Yes it is, I need to check that. Everything else is looking good, I think, so we just need to wait now for this to finish. In terms of the departure now, it's going to be up to 5,000 until Detling, and then it's going to be, actually initial climb's 4,000 feet, and then it's up to 4,000, and then it's up to 5,000 after that, and then 6,000 at Frame, and then we're clear up to our cruising altitude of 370
Connected
from
and
there.
bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
There we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
And quickly, we just need to change the controls. This is, so now I've got, okay, don't reverse the axes for speed braking this thing. There we go. Right, so hopefully they're going to start pushing us back, so we're going to go ahead and fire up engine number 2. I don't quite know which engine you're supposed to fire up in what order, so we'll just do engine 2. Unlike the Boeing's, the engine process is pretty much automated in the Airbus. All we have to do is flick that on, and then it just handles itself in a very nice automated Airbus way. Because Airbuses are generally a bit more automated than Boeing's, so it's cool that. Although I do wish that we had a proper takeoff calculator, because I'm pretty sure that my takeoff speeds are wrong. Although, according to that calculator, they're not. So who knows? Oh wow, engine 2 started quickly. Right, engine 1 following up. Yeah, engine 2, look, it's already finished starting. That was quick. It's supposed to finish starting that quickly. Seems slightly too quick for me. That does. I guess it doesn't matter. And the other engine's firing up now. What's that aircraft over there? ZSA. They've loaded in as an Air Canada. I don't think they are actually Air Canada. Obviously not. Doesn't say what they are in. They're a 787-10, so they're probably playing on Microsoft Flight Sim. Right. Actually, is it a registration? Yeah, it might be a registration of an aircraft. Maybe they're on air company. Maybe they're using on air company. Alright, engines are done, so normal mode on there, and flaps 1 for takeoff. And on the spoilers. Weather radar can come on.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake sets.
Disconnecting toes.
Right, we don't want the weather radar just yet.
Go ground is
None of these buttons will work either, so I'm not sure whether it will actually be automatic properly. Right, TCAS can come on, I guess, now.
605.
And we'll set to all and on. And disconnect that and AP bleed off, APU off, taxi lights on, and there we go. That should be everything. We'll just do a quick takeoff config check now, and there we go. Cabin needs to be bonged for takeoff.
Yes, sir.
Tail is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed.
I'm positive that's how you call the
Signal on
cabin,
left.
but they don't
We'll see
seem
you
to
next
have.
time and have a safe flight.
I'm positive that's how you call the cabin.
How can I help you?
What is
I
it
thought-
that you want?
I thought that's how you called the cabin, but obviously that isn't. There's nowhere else to press the button for them, though, is there? Right, I guess we won't be able to call the cabin. Gatwick ground, Skyways 432, ready for taxi. Can you hear me? This guy's volume is really low. What audio is this on? Gatwick ground, apologies. I'm finding it quite difficult to hear you. I honestly can't hear this guy. I honestly cannot hear that guy. Why is he so quiet? Like, is it... I don't know, is the volume in the game turned down? Really low? Is that what it is? Nope, it is on max. I don't know what's going on. Kilo, hold short Papa, Skyways 432. Yeah, I don't know why that's so quiet. The volume's on full in the game, and obviously I heard Gatwick delivery okay as well, so it isn't on my end. I don't know why. I don't know why, but there's some Gatwick ground controllers that they seem to have their volume on absolute naught. Right, so Kilo and then hold short of Papa. I have no idea why he's so quiet, but never mind. I don't know whether anybody else can hear him, but I certainly can't. Right, we'll stop about here. Hold short of Papa, he said. I can't hear him. I don't know why he thinks I can hear him. I've said, can you put taxi instructions in text? Like, he's actually silent. Is it an X-plane? I'll just check my sound, and radios are turned up to the max, so there's no reason why they should be quiet. How can anybody else hear that guy? I mean, seriously, like, how can anyone else hear him?
Easy 8605, very percent. Average 5x5 is 8605.
Maybe it's on my end. Like, in X-plane. You know? Maybe it's in X-plane. Is there anything I can do here to do with sound? Because it is very quiet, and I'm wondering whether it's maybe a setting that I've got on the plane. It could be a setting to do with... Alright, Papa, then on to Alpha November. I really don't know why I'm struggling to hear this guy, to be honest. It's a bit weird. But I'll search it up once I'm in the cruise to see if there's any reason. Because he keeps talking to me, and it might be a setting that I have on my end, you know. Right. The thing is, I heard Gatwick delivery absolutely fine, so it's weird that it's only quiet now. Right, over to Unicom then.
Gatwick traffic is off, taking off from 6 left. Frame
So-
1, X-ray departure.
So I can hear that guy. I can hear that guy fine. And yeah, on X-Pilot, COM1 and COM2 volume are whacked up to 100%, so doesn't really make any sense as to why it's so quiet. And the volume on the comms in-game are on absolute max. So it's really strange. What I'll do, I'll go into sound settings and I'll turn down all the other settings of sound. So if the inside is quieter, I'll be able to hear people a bit better, maybe. So it does mean our aircraft will be a bit quieter for today, but I think that's how I'll have to do it. Right, nothing's on approach. Gatwick traffic, Skyways 432, line up and wait, 26 left. Right, so we're going to line up and wait, and then we'll wait for the Air Canada to depart. Our TCAS should be working, although I can't actually see any traffic on that thing. So again, I'm starting to wonder what's going on.
6 left.
Oh, there you go, I can see the Air Canada on my TCAS now, don't worry. So our TCAS is working, I have set that up correctly. I don't know, who knows what's happening with the radios. I'm hoping then turning down the sound inside the aircraft will help.
26 left.
Right, on runway 26 left, we'll just go ahead and make sure the brakes work. They do. I'm happy with that, and we'll just wait for the for that Air Canada to get about 5 miles away from the airfield. Right, line lights on, takeoff lights on, runway turn-offs on, and everything's all looking good up there. I can't do a cabin check, I don't know why, but I'm positive it was a button about here, and neither of these buttons do anything.
Yes, sir.
See, I don't really understand how I'm supposed to call the cabin. So I guess we'll leave that. Gatwick traffic, Skyways 432, taking off runway 26 left, then the Frame 1 X-ray departure. Gatwick traffic. And flex set, SRS and runway. Start the clock. Power set. Now to see if that takeoff calculator was any good. If we get up to speed way too early, then it was rubbish. If we get up to speed way too late, then it was rubbish. Right, 100 knots. And we can't rotate right now, so takeoff is pretty good. Right, V1. Rotate. Actually, I think that's pretty good. I don't know, maybe we're going slightly too quickly. Oh, this feels weird. This aircraft feels weird. Right, positive rate gear up. It's because I'm using a yoke to fly an Airbus, which in FSX doesn't really matter, but in this game does make a bit more of a difference because of how it does calibration. Right, nicely in the air now. Plane is on its way out of the airport now at a very nice pace. Disarm spoilers. And runway turn-offs off. Nose lights off. And 1700 feet. Start to pitch down now. And climb thrust. Flaps up. It is nicer to fly the Airbus actually, it kind of like stays in one position a bit easier when you're flying it as well. And autopilot on now to do that tricky turn out of Gatwick Airport, that alt turn. And there we go. Nicely in the air. This thing's overspeeding a little bit. It is... I don't know why we're overspeeding. I don't know whether, because we're supposed to be staying at 220 knots. Oh, there you go. It seems as if the aircraft has finally got the idea now, and he's starting to slow down. I don't know why it took so long there for the aircraft to kind of work out what it was supposed to be doing. Right, 4,000 until KKE 09, I think. It might actually be until one more after that. I don't know. KKE 11, yeah, it's until KKE 11, and then 5,000 until Detling, and then 6,000 until Frame, and then departing from there. Obviously lots... See, that sounds quite quiet to me as well, that's the thing. So it must be like, we'll turn the aircraft... I did remember I had to turn these sounds down in X-Plane, so maybe that is why. I'll have a quick look. So Vatsim sounds quiet with flight factor A320. Has someone got anything? Don't know, apparently maybe the default sounds aren't that great for this aircraft, who knows. I'm not gonna, well apparently it is realistic, you can't hear a lot inside of the aircraft of the plane, inside the plane. On an A320 you can't hear a lot, so maybe that's what it is, I don't know. It's okay though, to be honest. I would like to get this screen up on something else. We'll try. Also, apparently this is saying that our maximum altitude today is flight level 360. That's not accurate. Airbus can go higher than that. Maybe by the time we finish climbing, it'll be okay. It seems to be fine with us being up at 370 anyway. So obviously this thing's going to do the full Airbus climb anyway. Right up to 250 knots now, and we are now allowed up to 5,000 as well. If I set 6,000, will it just go blaring up there, or will it acknowledge the altitude constraint? I want to test this out, because that means I can set it technically. This thing keeps overspeeding, I don't know why it does that. So I can hear that guy fine. Yeah, this thing has a bit of a problem with speeding. Definitely, it's overspeeding every time. And there you go, so it's hit an altitude constraint, so we'll go up to 370 on here now. And we should just be able to leave it like that, and it will follow altitude constraints properly. Now, in terms of ATC for today, actually Copenhagen control is online, although I'm not totally sure if we are actually heading through it. There's an aircraft inbound from Oslo. However, it's going to be there in about 10 minutes. There's another aircraft bound from Oslo that hasn't yet taken off, so it depends on when that leaves. We might have that. It's very quiet out here, actually. I think we're going to turn the sounds up a little bit outside. That's a bit better, isn't it? Still tweaking with the sounds in X-Plane. It's not like FSX, where you can basically just have it all whacked at default and it sounds okay. We'll keep this on the progress page, I guess. There's also the fuel prediction page. That's quite useful. I don't know. I think we'll put it under there. You can see our maximum flight level is starting to climb up now. Let's get our weather radar on and see if it's actually doing anything. The thing is, the tilt is supposed to be automatic. However, it doesn't appear that I can do that in this aircraft. So, because all these things look like the GCS and the PWS, I can't make them go auto for some reason. Right, hopefully. Right, so that turns the radio off. So the radio's on, and it's at absolute maximum volume. Look, absolute maximum. So I'm hoping that'll be. Is there something around here as well? Loudspeaker. And that's on max too, look. That's on absolute max. And that's what makes the, when the pilot isn't wearing headphones, it makes the radio come out of here on the aircraft. Right, going through some clouds, so it's lagging a little bit. This aircraft does, I don't know why, but this aircraft is probably the worst on performance that I have. It's still not too bad. It's just the worst. Oh, it took us ages to get off the ground. We're 40 minutes into the stream. I mean, I'm saying that, our off-blocks time was 24 minutes after 9, so that's about average, I'd say. Just over 20 minutes. Remember, we do have to start it cold and dark, this aircraft. So it does take slightly longer to set up. I'll just check there's no discontinuities later on in the route. I don't think there will be. No. We are probably going to take a shortcut as well once we get closer to Bergen. We're probably going to take a little shortcut, but on the arrival, last time we flew into Bergen, we did exactly the same shortcut. It's just because, well, it saves time on the arrival. If there's no traffic, it's like simulating yourself getting vectors into the airport rather than following the full procedure all the way around. Just makes a bit more sense. So we probably would have been out of Gatwick a bit sooner, actually, if we hadn't had the problem with that ATC not being able to hear them whatsoever. It's really weird that. I don't understand what's up. I can't really hear anybody saying about it. That's the thing. Nobody's saying that they can't hear people on Vatsim with this aircraft. And I'm looking at all the settings on X-Pilot, and they are up to maximum volume. They're up to COM 1 and COM 2 100% volume. So there's no reason that they should be like that. Right, we'll get rid of all our charts now. We don't need them. But yeah, I'll see what happens. Hopefully it is okay. The sounds. I think it just needs to be very quiet, that's the thing. I think they do need to just be quite quiet. Right, and remember, flight level 60 is also the transition altitude here in Gatwick, so that's one we're changing that over. Does this thing calculate landing speeds? It does calculate a landing speed, that's good. I was wondering if it wouldn't bother calculating a landing speed since it didn't bother calculating a takeoff one. I'm hoping maybe the not calculating a takeoff one was because I didn't fill in this extra init information, and maybe afterwards it would. Maybe. That's what I'm hoping. I'm going to make a left turn now. And then climbing after Frayne up to 370. Our maximum altitude weirdly has come down. That doesn't seem right. How could it have gone down? Yeah, I do wonder. Requesting new winds, look, to put into the aircraft. Okay, so cruise wind, look. I hope it did actually input that wind. Did it bother? Yes, we've got cruise winds now, look. So it does actually do cruise winds, that's good. Right, heading in a straight line now for the rest of our flight. After our departure from Gatwick, heading north. And we'll be 6,000 after Detling, and then we can finally climb all the way up after that. I know a lot of people don't follow the restrictions, but I do anyway. So there's Detling, and we'll be able to climb another 1,000 feet now. This is still saying, weirdly, that our maximum altitude for today is... our gross weight is correct, right? 65.4. Yeah, we're supposed to take off with 66.4. So it adds up. So we are using the correct amount of fuel. And we've got the correct amount of weight and everything on board. So there's no reason we shouldn't be allowed up to 370. If it's still saying that, I'll just alter my cruise altitude to 3.5. But there shouldn't be a problem, that's the thing. We should be, I mean, I think the maximum aircraft of the maximum altitude of the Airbus is about 39,000, and obviously we're not that fully loaded. I mean, cargo is fairly full in 1 and 2, about half cargo. We are full of passengers though, because unfortunately this aircraft is in a business configuration, meaning that it is, what do you call it? It means that it can carry less people, so we're practically always maxed out on the passenger weight. Right, there we go, we've just passed frame, so we should now be allowed up to 370, there we go, it's just clicked. And we'll go standard pressure, which gives us an extra 500 feet of altitude just for nothing. Right, power's starting to come up now, so this thing can actually begin to climb. And up we go. And yeah, so I don't think we're going to be hitting Copenhagen control, unfortunately. I don't think we'll be going through it. I'll have a quick look at... Okay, yeah, we're not going through Copenhagen airspace, so the fact that they're online is irrelevant, sadly. Well, now finally, after 10 minutes at a low altitude, we can now start to climb, which is good. So we're now climbing, and then we'll do a cabin tour later, maybe, if I can actually open the door. Oh, I can. Oh, there's the cabin. Actually, it's not that detailed. Looks okay. Right, passing 10,000 feet. I don't even want the detailed cabin, as I've said it before. The detailed cabin is right at the bottom of the list of what I want in an aircraft on a game like this, because a detailed cabin means less performance. Right, off go the landing lights, and we can get the seatbelt signs off as well, because we're heading in a straight line above 10,000 feet, just cruising up to 290 knots now, which is our new kind of speed. And you can see, okay, so our maximum altitude is starting to increase. Maybe as we're going quicker, or as, I mean, I guess we are burning more fuel, so obviously less weight, but we haven't got that much fuel on board to start with, really. So we'll see what it says. If it's still saying around 370 when we're getting past 30,000, I'll change my cruise altitude to 350. Because I don't want to exceed what the aircraft says I can do. Quick status check on the aircraft, it's all looking good. Nice. Overlay's working well, good. That's all I want to see. ETA 1122 down in Bergen, apparently. And I just want to check now, what is the weather like down in Bergen? So it is 250 at 11 knots, so it's going to be a runway 17, I think, rather than a runway 35. and few clouds at 2,000, scattered 3,500, broken 6,000, 3 degrees, QNH 985, winds at 1,200 feet, 220 at 16 knots. So there's quite a bit of information there, but visibility is good. Visibility is the full 10 kilometres, 9,999 metres, so we're good. What does that say? Switching panel. Oh, I accidentally flicked that. That does happen. I accidentally flick buttons in X-Plane while touching other buttons in the game. I don't know why I do that. I don't know. One thing I have found with X-Plane is the click boxes around things do seem to be a bit dodgy sometimes. I can accidentally do stuff I didn't mean to do quite easily. But the best thing about X-Plane is how it looks. I mean, look at that. It just looks so good, this game. You know, I think it looks absolutely amazing. Let's turn the exterior sounds up a little bit. I do think this game looks absolutely awesome. And you can see there, so our maximum altitude is now starting to go up, so that's good. We should be able to be okay then for flight level 370. It'll be very slow to climb up there, I think. Also, we have got a plane appearing on our... It's actually 20 miles away, so I think we're okay. Obviously, it's descending, we're climbing as well, so our altitudes are getting quite different. It's a 7.3, heading to Manston, London. I wonder whether they may be using on-air company as well or something. Manston's a little teeny airport in the UK. I don't know what they're... It's quite close. It's kind of... it's west of Heathrow by about 20 miles. Okay, we're actually turning this way now, aren't we? So we're out of the way of that plane now anyway. Obviously it's descending now as well and I'm climbing, so no problem there at all. Our maximum altitude is now above 370 as well, so I think we'll be okay to proceed our climb up there. Very cloudy down there. Down below where we are now. And in terms of Bergen, the other plane in Oslo has now taken off, so it'll be there long before us. Because obviously Oslo is very close to Bergen. Actually, never mind. The North Shuttle that was in Oslo is disconnected. The one that's approaching now is the one that was already very close to landing. Never mind. And what runway are they using then? So it's SAS 454. They are using the Pesu 3 November, which is, yeah. So they're using runway 17. So that's what we're going to use as well. I will shorten the arrival, but I'll wait until we get a bit closer to Bergen first, make sure we don't have any ATC or anything, and make sure that, you know, nothing changes with the runways. Why is that set to QNH? That's set to the wrong QNH, it's set to 1014. Obviously that's just a standby one, so it doesn't actually matter, but I like to have it set correctly anyway. And you can see there, our maximum altitude is now well above 370, so we're okay to be climbing. I think it might be slightly bugged, because weirdly as well, our maximum altitude is exactly the same pretty much as our optimum altitude, which it's not quite how it works. Obviously we're doing a very slow climb now, it's going to take us absolutely forever to get to cruising altitude, because obviously we were at those restrictions for so long. Because sadly the Airbus is very slow at climbing. Always has been, I think always will be. It just crawls, it's so annoying. I want to get to cruise altitude, but it doesn't want me to get to cruise altitude. Right, wind, we'll just do another wind request to get the winds for... There you go, to get the winds for cruise altitude, look. hopefully if we do have any more controllers, we'll be able to hear them. That's obviously something good. I will just check actually on Sound Mixer, which is it's a program built into Windows that allows you to change the sound of programs. Just wondering whether, because I have played around with it before when using other programs. So when I've been using On Air Company today, and I say when I've been watching YouTube while flying, I'll turn down the volume, and I'm wondering if maybe it's saved on Xpilot or something and I didn't put it back. But no, it's on 100, it's on maximum volume, and then obviously Xpilot inside the game, I can't really change anything, it doesn't seem like. So if I head to preferences, look, there's absolutely nothing. There's nothing there, look, that allows me to change any settings. Anyway, this can go at 80 nautical mile range now. Heading over the North Sea, so there'll be some quite long gaps between waypoints. We've got a gap that's 137 miles without a waypoint. It's not the longest of flights, this. Oh, there you go, optimum. Yeah, so the optimum level is now a good 500 feet above where we're actually climbing, so I'm happy with that. It's fine. Obviously, we've been in the air 22 minutes and we're not at cruise yet. That's expected. Oh dear, this aircraft is so slow. It's going to be another 10 minutes before we're at cruise, I think. It's because those restrictions back in Gatwick. It's a bit annoying, really, but never mind. It's what the Airbus is like. So look, I had it in turnaround state, look, but it didn't load in turnaround state, did it? Right, I'm not clicking save on that. I'll do that once we've landed. I'll put it in turnaround state. I'm not doing it now, just in case it freaks something out. Oh yeah, we can look at the cabin status, look, we can play around with the lights, doors, maintenance, what's that? I didn't do anything. I don't think this screen actually does anything. Right, let's have a quick look on, so you can do some fun things with the browser on this game. Sadly, we can't actually access YouTube because it asks you to log in. And then obviously you can't log in because, well, obviously you can't log in because it doesn't know what your location is or anything. It doesn't know. So you can see it loads up, look, and then what happens is it comes up with a little sign-in box, and then it freezes. It's really annoying. I wish it didn't do it, but because you can't sign in. Oh, there you go. What if I click sign in? Does that? See, it just crashes. It doesn't actually do anything because it doesn't know what's going on. It's not a proper browser or computer. This. I think I've accidentally crashed the entire EFB. Yeah, and the only solution for that is turn it off and then turn it on again. It was weird though, it did actually ask me if I wanted to sign in. It's never done that before. But yeah, it's cool. I want to search my own videos on there and watch them, but I don't think you can do that. It'd be really cool, like quite funny. I can actually watch the stream while I'm streaming. Like that's really funny. That screen though saying do you want to sign in or not doesn't always come up. But I can search, look, I can search Mad R. I was close to being able to search Mad Chili and then it. Alright, we'll leave it on that box for a bit to see if it eventually prompts us to do something else. I think it's just permanently crashed, that is. But I do want to see what you can actually do with the browser in this, because you can't play games or anything. I've tried that, and it doesn't let you. Like, say I want to play Sliver.io or something. it doesn't let you. What's this? Why has a map just come up on my screen? Interesting. Why has a map just randomly appeared? I must have accidentally clicked something. But I'm pretty sure I can't play Slither.io. Well, I think it'll ask me to get Flash Player. Actually, that reminds me, I need to get rid of Slash. I don't know. Wait, what? Wait, what? What? I don't know what that was about. That message, right? Come on, let's see if this works. No, guys, I need to make a video on this. We're playing Slither.io inside. I need to make a video on this at some point. This is great. This is what we can do. This is awesome. I didn't think this would work. I thought it would ask us to get Flash Player or something. It's a bit laggy. It's a bit delayed. The response. So it's a bit difficult to play. No. This is one thing I didn't think this would work. I thought it would ask me to get Flash Player or something, but because it doesn't, you can't download anything. Obviously, it's not a proper browser, as I said. I don't think it's got any like location bound to it or anything. It's just a little thing built in, so you can look at charts and things. Maybe I think ChartFox might work on there and things like that. But it's really funny. So unfortunately, the control inputs are quite lagged. You can see by my mouse. It's not quite as nice as playing it on the website itself. It's not quite as... It's so funny. I didn't know that this worked. So then I click to speed up. It's delayed, the reaction. So I click now and then there's a bit of a delay. So it's a bit annoying, that delay. It makes it quite difficult to react to things, but wow. This is so funny. I didn't know you could do this. I've really just discovered it now. Right, let's just keep playing until we die. I need to make a video on this, playing Slither.io while in a flight sim. This is funny. Oh, I can't... I want to try and get people by going quickly, but I can't go quickly because it lags. It's really difficult, this, actually. It's... Oh dear, this is funny. Well, there you go. If we want to do a long haul in this aircraft, you're sorted. Just play Slither.io for 5 hours. I'm sure that's what real pilots do. Oh dear. This is really funny. I honestly didn't think this would work. Right, we'll just kill our snake now because I don't want to play it any longer. That's so funny. Right, I'll cross that off now. That's great. That is. That's so funny. Right, we're almost at cruise altitude. Only 5,000 feet to go. We have actually got a plane on our TCAS. Oh, never mind. They're 10 miles away. Come on, plane, climb. Great. It is Euro... I think it's German cargo... No, it's someone else, actually. It's just some random call sign. 8893. But luckily, I think we are actually climbing above them now. Slowly. See, once we're 1,000 feet away from them, it's okay. It doesn't matter. And you can see behind now gradually. We might be able to see them. We might be able to see their number plate, their thing pop up. So there's not a recognised call sign that, but we can see them. There's quite a few planes on our radar today. This thing is climbing so slowly. Our maximum climb now though is flight level 380, so we're absolutely fine to go up to 370 as Simbrief said, which is good. I didn't think Simbrief would have done something wrong with that, but I guess you never know. There you go. Got winds. Got the cruise winds in. Look at all the aircraft stuff. But it's a really cool little plane, this. I really like it. You know, it's better. Obviously, it's, you know, it's the first proper kind of detailed Airbus I've flown, because the Aerosoft Airbus isn't quite as detailed, or at least the version that I had. It wasn't the professional version. Although it was still perfectly detailed. I mean, it just meant that some things weren't clickable. But it's really good. There's actually, you know, I mean, I think everything is clickable. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not going to touch any of those buttons now, just in case I accidentally misclick and freak something. So how did I just switch a panel when? I didn't even do anything. Somehow I clicked that button even though I don't get it. Getting a nice tailwind right now. We're at Mach 0.78 as well, so going quite quickly, even though we're not even at cruise yet. That's so cool that browser works. I honestly didn't think it did work, so that's cool. Weather time in Bergen is now 180 at 9 knots, so perfect the weather for landing. And it's currently a plane on the ground. Oh, that's in Stavanger, not Bergen. We're the only plane currently heading to Bergen. So we've got Bergen all to ourselves, which is lovely at the moment. Anyway, I mean, you know, if someone wanted to show up at Oslo and take off now, it'd probably be quite closed. It'd probably be there before us. Right, almost at cruise. You can see there that now our optimum and max are absolutely fine now, nowhere near our cruise altitude, which is fine. It's taken us half an hour to get to cruise altitude. Obviously, do take into account that 12 minutes of that was staying at 6,000 feet or less. So it's actually only been 20 minutes really since we properly started our climb. But yeah, we are. This thing is climbing extra slowly. I don't know why. It just is. Yeah, but I don't know why the map doesn't work. I wish it did work. I think you need to set some stuff up in settings, under server settings in Google API key, but I don't know how to really do that. See, there's Flight Factor's website. Look, that's what's on there by default. I find that's what's there by default. Interestingly, what do these buttons do? Because I thought they were the brightness, but that's the brightness. Who knows what they do? Right, I think we are now. Oh, you're joking me. 500 feet per minute. That is an Airbus climb all over. Luckily, the thing is, I mean, when you're actually climbing this slowly, you're practically at cruise anyway. So how about we actually go ahead and have a little look through the cabin now? So also we've got the business class. Going through that. Where is it? Is this still business class? No, we're in economy now. Oh! Cabin, I did not want to load. I'm having some lag spikes actually doing this. Wait, it's okay. It's weird though. I'm getting a few lag spikes. The FPS is okay. I'm getting about 35. Oh, I chose the wrong seat. There we go. That seat had a really appalling window view. What is it with these seats? They don't match up with the windows very well. I wouldn't be very happy if I was flying on this. What is this? There we go. We haven't got winglets. We've only got little sharklets. There we go. Look at that. I will lock the door now. It's not a very effective lock, is it? Oh dear. That's the world's worst lock. I pressed lock and absolutely nothing happened. Yeah, lock, look. There's absolutely... Okay, that's... whatever. Why is there a slew button even though X-Plane doesn't have a slew mode? That's weird. Can I do it with my seatbelt? Nope. And we are now at cruise altitude, finally. And there you go. Total descent is now 313 miles away, so 40 minutes. So we can just sit here now. We've just passed Rokan, about 35 minutes into the flight. We're probably slightly behind schedule because of the, staying at such a low altitude for so long. Whoa, what? We're 7 minutes behind. Oh, I remember. It's because initially I planned the frame 1 Zulu and then changed it to the frame 1 X-ray. So obviously that's a much longer SID. So that means that we have actually added a couple of minutes onto our flight doing that. So Simbrief's time, Simbrief's time planning isn't the most accurate because of that. I do a wind request now. Will it actually properly do it for all of? It's okay. Quite a bit of cloud in the area. So no ATC today because sadly we're not flying through Copenhagen, who are online. A little bit annoying, isn't it? Really, but never mind. Because obviously we're adding a bit. We're not going through Copenhagen control. We're going past it. Very close, but not through it. So we're not going to be getting any ATC. Sadly. So it's nice we had some ATC on the departure, though. That is nice. Mach 0.78, we're cruising quite quickly. What does this thing think our maximum cruise altitude is now? It's saying 380, so yeah, we're safely in the aircraft's kind of performance range. We couldn't go up to 39 though. Right, now time to look at our arrival, I think, down in Bergen. Quickly. So you can see here, look, it's like, like last time I flew into Bergen, the same arrival pattern. I think we flew in from Glasgow last time, from Bergen. So, it might be a slightly different arrival, but it's the same end bit. So you can do like a little arc, and then you come in to meet the ILS at Nepam and then Bablu. But I was wondering, we could probably do a direct from BR634 to Nepam and kind of follow the arc like that round. That's what we did last time, because there's no point really in doing the entire thing, is there? So I think we'll do that. We'll delete 630, 631, 632, 633. And Earlob. Just 633, yeah, 633 needs deleting as well. So we'll do that. And then delete the discom. And you can see now it's a bit better, because you've got... So we actually head... There you go, in from BR634 and then go round like that. Why is it saying too steep path? Oh, okay, it's worked itself out now. It's worked out what it needs to do. So now, look, we get to shorten our arrival in, because there's no point in doing the full arc, because there's no, obviously in real life they'd probably do that because of traffic flow, but obviously there's no traffic for us. We've got to be, so at Nepam we've got to be above 4,000, so we've got to be, I'll keep the same restrictions, and then it's above 3,000 there, and then 2,400, and then in on the ILS. That's the thing, the approach is actually even made to be above 4,000, and then so that you're all set for the other part of the arrival. It makes sense. We've got to be above flight level 90 at Louver. That is not really much of a restriction, is it? We're obviously going to be above flight level 90, don't worry about that. So we're all good, yeah. So we'll just shorten the arrival. So we're basically cutting out the extra arc, because we don't need to do it. Because it obviously saves fuel, saves time. It's what we want. It means we're getting to Bergen about 5 minutes earlier as well. Yeah, we're doing pretty well right now. I mean, just check the audio is working okay. Okay. Is there a massive delay on my stream? Yeah, we're doing pretty well right now. Yeah, I was wondering, there's quite a large delay on my stream actually, a good 20 seconds. Interesting. Don't know if it's like that for anyone else. No one else is actually watching the stream. We've had nobody watching. That's a shame. There's no one feeling like flight sim this morning. Is that what it is? No one fancies flight sim. My channel's actually stalled out a bit actually. It's stayed at about 144 subs, and it's been like that for quite a while. Although my getting the Thrustmaster USB joystick working on Microsoft Flight Sim is really popular, that video. I'm glad you guys like it. I thought my iRacing tutorial would get a few more views, to be honest. How to make your own liveries. It's cool, that. Guess no one else wants to make their own liveries. The SLPCC wildcard week. Why has nobody watched that? That's hilarious. Maybe they did it because we're making a hilarious video. Who knows? Who knows sometimes? Crazy this though, the this oval. Absolutely crazy. Okay, right. Copenhagen has just contacted us saying, please can you contact me? So, we will. 12137. I was reading some iRacing forums, which is why I was a bit quiet just then. Right, 12137. We're not actually in their airspace, but I guess they felt like giving us control. Hopefully I can hear them. Copenhagen control, Skyways 432, flight level 370.
Skyways 432, Copenhagen, good morning, identify.
Yeah, I can hear him fine. So that guy must have been... I mean, it's a bit... It's not as loud as I'd expect it, but I can hear it, is the point. I can hear it absolutely clear, fine, understandable. So, it must be the volume within the cockpit, that must have been what it was.
Copenhagen Control, good morning. Scandinavian 181 on 360.
Scandinavian 181, Copenhagen, good morning. Squawk 4546.
Squawk 4546.
So that guy's quite loud. I can hear him fine. So maybe it's just like, you know.
Yeah, then 11 Bravo, you have approximately 25 track on us to go. Descend to 2000.
I'm supposed to be getting control of this guy.
UPS 829, proceed like Trano. It's a via Trano, intercept test with 2 Foxtrot.
This controller is actually slightly quiet. It's not too bad, though, that's the thing. Like, I can hear the pilots, and I can hear him. Quiet maybe, but it doesn't matter.
Scandinavian 181, traffic 1 level below you will cross at your 10 o'clock, 10 miles.
Okay, Roger, Scandinavian 181.
Scandinavian 181, identified by level 360, direct Lucas.
Direct Lucas, Scandinavian 181.
Scandinavian 944, expedite descent through flight level 350.
Expedite to 350 Scandinavian 944.
But yeah, the street stocks I'm racing are at Texas Road course this week. It's been so fun. I've had an absolutely awesome time racing them. And really, other people's thoughts about what they think.
UPS 829, leave Tango November Oscar, heading 080. UPS 829, that's after Tana, heading 080. Scandinavian 944, thank you, resume normal rate.
Pigeon number 8 Scandinavian 944.
Scandinavian 181, could you spell the waypoint, please?
Scandinavian 181.
But it's doing pretty well, really. I'm really liking the Texas Road course. A lot of people don't seem to like it very much. It's quite unusual having street stocks on oval,
Roger,
but
Lucas,
I like great fun. I got 2
Scandinavian
wins doing it. I've come second quite a few times. There's a few people that are very quick, so I struggle to beat them. So there's only one guy I think who has beat me
UPS
multiple
829,
times.
I see you flying heading 080 now. It was heading 080.
It's pretty good. I can't hear this guy absolutely fine. Obviously, he's not giving us any instructions anyway because not relevant. I'm surprised he gave us control actually because we're not in his airspace. We are in Scotland air. We're in Scottish control technically. Although I do wonder about that. But yeah, we're not in his airspace. We're very close to it though. So I guess it's okay, isn't it? It's because on Vatsim nobody really does much controlling, so I guess it makes sense to just get the opportunity while it's there. You know, the controllers just think, oh, you know, we'll give them ATC because we're nice.
2236 Copenhagen, good morning. Squawk 0453.
Squawk 0453, W236.
UPS 829, continue descent 5,000 feet. QNH for Copenhagen is 9%. You have about 5.5 traffic through.
He's still quite quiet, this controller. I don't know. I'm wondering whether it is an issue with X-Plane or something. Because the sound is practically...
236, you are identified.
It shouldn't be quiet, should it? I mean, like... It's on absolute maximum.
Advice preference 360 or 380.
look at that. The comm volume is on absolute maximum.
Only 236 Copenhagen.
Going 236 second.
Only 236, you are identified flight level T70. You're flying westbound, so I need you at an even level.
Hi, does this PA work?
367,
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments.
Stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the flight attendants will be.
I can't speak on the. Hello and welcome on board this flight.
236.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if that does anything. I doubt it. I wonder if like they heard it back in the flight, you know? It's cool that it works. That's the thing I like about X-Plane, there's like a lot of... What does this do? This literally does nothing. I'm going to leave it on because that's where it was before. Is it a light behind me? Who knows? We'll leave it.
Shuttle 941, leaving my airspace. Sweden is offline. Unicom at 228.
Unicom 228, flying North Shuttle 941.
Okay, then one Bravo, turn right, heading 190, KLS 1822 left at Portland.
Well, I think we should get our landing planned
UPS 829, turn right, heading
for Bergen, because why not? Get our charts up now, so it's the Aluva 2 November ILS 17, and they'll go with the airport chart. Okay, cool. And the wind's down there right now. I'll just grab the METAR. 180 at 8. Why doesn't it pick up that I pressed 8? Why does it not understand when I click buttons on this thing? It really drives me nuts. Temperature is 3 degrees, so we don't really need anti-ice. It's above 0. And QH is 985. Transition altitude is 7,000 feet in Bergen, and the minimums for a Cat C aircraft are 370. That's 370 MDA, which is the same as Barrow, I'm pretty sure. Well, that's in there. We'll just check our rad nav, and it's in there 109.9 and 170 on the course. So that's good. Okay.
Copenhagen Control, good morning, Scandinavian 146 inbound altitude.
This guy I can hear absolutely fine.
Flight level 372 for flight level 380.
Scandinavian 146 Copenhagen, good morning, identified time and long-term flight level 280. Expect ILS 109 at beat on
So I turn the volume up and it just does the game volume up.
Roger, expect ILS 09er and can maintain flight level 380, Scandinavian 1469.
I think my headphones are starting to like be a bit glitchy, where like one
one
earphone doesn't make as much sound as the other one when I change the volume.
Sky Global 610.
Sky Global 610 Copenhagen, good morning. Recycle your transponder 6132.
6132 Sky Global 610.
So how did that happen? Like, how did that end up like that? I was just zooming. It's so dumb how that happens. It annoys me.
Sky Global 610 Copenhagen, good morning. Identified level 380. Proceed like Charlie Delta Alpha Viewer.
Charlie Delta Alpha Sky Global 610.
Jet 348, leaving my airspace, sweetness offline, Unicom 122.8, go to.
Unicom 122.8, times on 25, over.
Right, so I think around Pennon is where we're gonna go over to Unicom. Yeah, that's where we enter.
Scandinavia 1469, proceed by Delta. Got
We enter. We enter new area of control, and there's no one online there.
Proceed by Delta. Got Echo Lima, Bravo 8.
Proceed direct Golf Echo Bravo Alpha, Scandinavia 1469.
Golf Echo Lima, Bravo 8.
Okay, copy direct.
Have a quick look outside. Not a lot of cloud down there, just lots of sea. Now, if we can see Denmark. Nope. Can't see any land anywhere.
Morgen, good day. Austrian 335. Flight level 3 for 0 inbound. Medic.
Austrian 335, Copenhagen control, good morning, identify. Proceed by Lima.
Direct unit, Austrian 335.
Scandinavia 944, expect to be level T, 1000 feet by Linux.
Anyway, so pretty much an hour into the flight now. So not too long to go, I don't think. Should be about just over half an hour maybe. Yeah, so at the moment it's looking like about 40 minutes left to run. So not too long. And we'll be descending about, well, 15 minutes.
Scandinavian 1469, I have weather for pilot.
So not too long. Actually no, 17 minutes.
Scandinavian 1469.
Scandinavian 1469, I have weather for pilot at 102 Zulu on the 23rd. Wind the 140 degrees 5 knots, visibility 5 kilometers, clouds broken 400 feet, temperature 2.2, direction.
I've accidentally tuned into an ASIS there.
Okay, copy the weather for Bergen, QNH 9904, Scandinavia 1469.
Nothing approaching Bergen, so we've got that to ourselves.
Sky Global 610, report ready for the descent.
We'll go 610.
Skyways 432, leaving my airspace, Polaris offline, Unicom 122.8.
Unicom 122.8, Skyways 432, bye-bye. Okay, over to Unicom then. A bit earlier than I thought actually, but there we go. Over to Unicom. Next waypoint is Pennon, 120 miles from now. ETA, yeah, 22 miles, yeah. Right, once we're down in Bergen, what stand are we looking at? I want a jetway. I'm thinking stands 23 to 32, any of those. That's where I normally park. That's Terminal 2. Don't know if there you go. Okay, we'll use the same standards as Nordic Sky European, because we're a European flight. I know it's Nordic Sky, not regular, but the domestic is 28 to 32. So, because we're European, 22 and 23. There isn't a stand 22. At least not on this chart there isn't. Anyway, wait, what? That's quite weird. So, the stands 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then it skips to 15. You know, 15's 20, and then it skips to 23. What is this airport? Why do these stands not exist? Interesting. So yeah, we'll take stand, probably maybe Terminal 3 then, I don't know. Does it say anywhere? I don't know. So that the stands were renamed quite recently, only a couple of months ago, so maybe that's why. The procedure hasn't changed since I last flew in here, so... On the RLS, has the RLS changed? Nope. Right, it doesn't look like we have any more ATC now, I don't think, for the rest of our flight, so... Oh well, I guess. Obviously we're heading up to Bergen. I'm going to be descending not too long. 13 minutes. Also, I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. We still haven't had anybody watching. I don't know what's going on with that. They used to be quite popular streams, and then people have kind of, I don't know, got bored of them. Who knows? Who knows? Doesn't really matter. Might be able to see Norway quite soon, which is obviously where we are flying. Fly up the coast of Norway and then descending down into Bergen. I really want to test out that PA. Hope everyone is enjoying the flight now. Right. Does that play back in the cabin? No.
Ladies and gentlemen, in a few moments, the flight attendants will be passing cold drinks and a light meal. Please prepare your folding tables. Make sure your seats are in an upright position.
That's all that does. Oh wow. Alright, why is our weather radar now saying manual? This is what I mean, I didn't change anything. I must have accidentally flicked something, there we go. So it is automatic then, the weather radar. Oh, it hasn't picked up anything, so... Don't really know. I guess there's not really much weather to be picking up, is there? It's actually quite a calm day. Winds down in Bergen are still pretty set. QNH is 985 down there. Yeah, the winds are pretty much perfect for the runway we're landing on, so that's good. Oh, there's a top descent, look. Right, let's just have a quick look then at our arrival, make sure it has worked properly. So you can see there, we head to Nepal and then it's onto the ILS from there. We can't go direct to Bablu because that will put us on a weird course then to intercept the ILS, so it's better that we do head to Nepal at least first. So it's basically just shorten the arc into the airport is what we've done. And it has saved it, it saves a good 5 minutes, it's worth it. Currently flown 465 miles, we've still got a little bit longer to go. I'm not sure if I've ever actually flown this thing into Bergen before. I think it might have been a new route that was added a couple of months ago in the winter schedules. I'm pretty sure this route, because I've been to Bergen before, but I don't think I've ever been in it, even in the A320 at all. I'll quickly search Bergen on my Fly UK thing. Yeah, I've only ever flown there with Nordic Sky, and then with the ATR 72. Although this is saying I've only ever done 4 flights in or out of Bergen, and I'm pretty sure I might have done more than that, but you know, maybe that's the case. It's cool, you can search, like, you can just search ICAO codes and you can see when you've flown out of them with Fly UK. Or if you ever have, like, you can just search it and then see a list. It's cool. I like it. And then on the crew page that I have, it then says, like, you know, where I've flown in and out of most often and least often. It's funny. I like it. So the airport I've flown into the most is Gatwick, and the airport I've flown out of the most is Gatwick. So, there we go. Although weirdly, I've flown into Gatwick 47 times, but I've flown out of it 55, so I fly out of it more than I fly into it. Obviously that's just with Fly UK as well. Right, top descent is just over 40 miles away. Obviously we're already prepped for descent, remember, we've got our minimums set and everything like that. Just check that anybody is, no one else is heading to Bergen. No, they're not. That's good. Got that airport to ourselves then, everything's all cool there. Okay, I think we are good then for our descent. Everything is set up as it should be. Only 40 miles to go. Right, descent is going to be down to 4,000 feet, because that is our first kind of restriction. There we go, there it is, 4,000 feet. There, look. What is that step altitude? Not allowed anyway. So down to 4,000, then we'll just... There we go, 4,000 feet. And then we'll activate that when we get a bit closer to our top of descent. Everything's looking good. Then go 38 miles to descent. Perfect. ATC menu. What can I do in there? I can't do anything. None of those buttons do anything. Not a single one. Cool, looking good now for descent. How far out of Bergen are we going to be descending? About 130 miles? Yeah, 130 miles out, roughly. That's pretty much okay. That's what you'd expect, really. Also, the iRacing Daytona 24 is obviously going on right now. The 1 AM one is, anyway. The 1 PM one's obviously starting at, well, 1 PM. It's nice and obvious. But yeah, I'm really looking forward. I'm not going to be doing the Daytona 24 because I haven't really got the time. I didn't have a teammate either. I wanted to have a teammate for it, but didn't have that. But yeah, it's shame that. Never mind. I've got to go 17 miles. Okay, 17 miles until descent. Just get ready. Everything's all set up. Nothing approaching Bergen. Just refresh the weather. It is still the latest weather. Also, by the way, talking of weather, I did actually refresh X-Plane, so the weather should now update more frequently, making the live weather more accurate. I changed the setting here, look, to make it so that the weather refreshes every 15 minutes rather than every hour, which is what it was previously set to. It means that we have a little bit better when it comes to the what do you call it? It means that we have, you know, more accurate weather. If we fly into Bergen, the weather is going to be at most 15 minutes out of date rather than an hour out of date. I didn't realise it was actually refreshing so little, so that might explain maybe why sometimes when flying to airports there should have been loads of visibility, they weren't, or were, you know? Having nice. Also, if, you know, say we are flying to a low visibility airport, 15 minutes refresh means that by the time that we missed approach, go back round, and then go to land again, maybe they would have actually done something. Event going on today, actually, from Milan to Doha, so there's lots of planes doing that. I would like to do some more long haul, but sadly X-Plane doesn't really have very good long haul airliners. The best ones are the 777 and the 787, and both of them are awful in X-Plane. You've got the Magnite 787 that is really low quality, and then the Flight Factor 777 hasn't been updated for a while, so it is also quite poor quality. I think it was made for like X-Plane 9 or 10, so it's really annoying. And then obviously you have got the 747, and even though the SSG 747 looks pretty realistic, all I've heard are bad reviews about it, of people saying, no, don't buy it, it's a waste of money, it's bad performance, blah blah blah. So obviously, yeah. So yeah, and sadly there's not a lot of choice. And then the A380, don't get me started on that. That's terrible. If any of you have seen the A380 for X-Plane, it's $50. And it's awful. It looks like freeware quality. Swiss 001 actually did a video about it not so long ago. And it is absolutely terrible. The A380. I can't even believe someone would spend money on that. It looks like freeware. And I've been talking so long, I've totally missed my top of descent. Okay. How far did we miss it by? Only about 5 miles. I think we're okay. Right, down we go. I didn't miss my throttle descent too badly. Right, aircraft's now going to start powering down. So we're not really going to hear much difference because it was already quite quiet anyway, because I was struggling to hear ATC. Down we go, then we might need to use some speed brakes. Can't believe I missed the top of the descent. We're not too bad actually, we're already catching back up anyway. Down we go then. Yeah, I was talking so much that I totally missed our top of the descent there, so doesn't matter anyway. We could probably start descending 20 miles too late and still be absolutely fine, because this thing just does a quicker descent. We need to use the speed brakes though, so we'll start using them to help us get a steeper rate of descent and also to slow down successfully. You can see there this thing's now doing 5,000 feet per minute descent, because we've deployed speed brakes, and it can do that now. Does mean that we're descending quicker, which is actually quite good. How are we in terms of our descent? Okay, we're only 500 feet above. You can see we are now catching up with our descent rate. So yeah, this thing does descend though quicker than it climbs. Definitely climbs like a snail. It's not very difficult to be any slower, really. I don't think. There you go. We have now caught up with our descent marker after a slightly steep descent, maybe. So I'm gonna pull back the speed brakes now, and this thing can just have a nice descent properly. Bit of a slower descent now. Right, get this on. I guess we'll have it on the on this page here, maybe. I don't know. Ready to activate the approach phase, maybe. I really don't know. I guess that's what we'll do. We can have it on we can't have it on progress. We'll have it on performance, so then we can activate the approach phase should we need to. Hope anyone watching is enjoying the stream, of course. What's that cloud flickering over there? And in terms of the clouds, we have scatter. We have few at 2,000, scatter with 3,500, broken 5,500. So we do have some clouds coming into Bergen, but they shouldn't obscure our visibility into the airport. It'll just be on descent. Which does seem quite common in Bergen. You do have, and then the temperature at the moment is 3 degrees, so it's a little bit chilly. But it's approaching, it's not freezing, so we don't need anti-ice or anything like that. And the dew point is above 0 as well, so no need for anti-ice. Right, let's get this down to 40 nautical mile range, just so I can, because I started to see my approach there on the map. I don't want that, because we're only 97 miles away from Bergen. So not too far to go. Right, descending down now past flight level 260. Transition altitude 7,000 in Bergen. I can't preset the QNH, so we'll just leave it. And it's 985, is it? Yeah, 985. We should get a weather refresh in about 5 or so minutes. The meta, I mean, not in the game. The game, I don't know when that refreshes. I mean, it's just every 15 minutes, roughly. Oh, there you go, that was a weather refresh. So there's warm. This way you can get it to not do weather refreshes on approach then. I don't think there is. It doesn't matter anyway, I'm not too bothered. Just wondering, what if it did it? Actually, I really just noticed you can view the QNH from that window. Obviously, it does pause the flight, unfortunately, but you can view the QNH. I did not know you could do that. So instead of asking ATC, because you have to go through filing a flight plan with them and whatever, you can just... That's quite nice. Actually, that's quite useful. Obviously, it's only giving an altimeter, because that's what X-Plane uses. Right, we're coming up to to some clouds. Right, no planes currently heading in or out of Bergen. I will watch to make sure that none suddenly spawn in on the ground down there. I mean, they're definitely using runway 17 because the winds are perfect for it. Can't change our runway now anyway, we're only 80 miles away. So we haven't got too far left to run. Yeah, look at these clouds. It will start to lag a little bit when we head through the clouds, but it should be okay, I think. We shouldn't have too much of an issue anyway. Whatever it is. Also, I'm just thinking, I don't think they do clash. I was thinking, I'm doing that 5-hour endurance event, obviously. I was wondering if it happened to be on the same week as the GTE Endurance Series, but it isn't. If it was, that would be a bit crazy, wouldn't it? But thankfully, it's not on the same week. By the way, the GTE Endurance Series next week goes to the Nürburgring, so whether I will stream it or not, I haven't quite decided, like whether I'm actually going to race it. I think I'm going to do a bit of practice and see what I think of the Nürburgring. Obviously, unlike other tracks, you can't really learn the Nürburgring. So I don't understand, you know, whether having the driving line turned on will be useful or not. I'm thinking maybe no, because there's probably going to be a lot of corners where the driving line is wrong. So I'm just going to take it easy myself and learn it myself. I have started to do that actually as well. I found in the Radical racing car, I'm actually quite quick with the driving line turned off. I went round Zolder yesterday, just having a little bit of fun, doing a time attack challenge in the Radical. I just literally jumped in, didn't have the driving line, and I was alright. I mean, my lap time was maybe 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds off maybe what my I rating is good enough for, although I was in the top. I got given a rank of 65%, obviously closer to 100 the better your lap time is in time attack versus everybody else. So 100% is the best, 0% is the worst. So 65 is pretty good. It's better than what I was getting in those rallycross ones, that's for certain. Also, I've only just noticed the FPS in the stream is slightly dodgy. What's it like outside? I've never tested this. Oh, it's okay. It is maintaining a rough 60 frames. If I move the camera a bit too much, it lags slightly. I hope it's not lagging too much in the cockpit for you guys. I've never noticed it with X-Plane, but on the recording, but let's see. Well, I think seatbelt signs can come on now, as we are only 58 miles from Bergen, so not very far to go now. Obviously, we were supposed to have a flight time of 1 hour and 35, although we took a different departure out of Gatwick that meant our flight was slightly longer, so maybe the flight will be slightly longer than that. A plane in Bodo in Norway has just spawned in. However, it's a Dash 8 and it's 500 miles away from Bergen, so that's not going to be there before us, is it, in a Dash 8? And we've only flown 600 miles today, so 500 miles in a Dash 8 is quite a long flight. We've currently flown 608 miles so far today. Right, go 20 nautical mile range. You need to slow down to 10,000 feet quite soon, and then it's 220 knots at BR634, and that's starting to slow down with the approach. And yeah, I can see all the clouds now. What's the temperature outside? Are we going to need anti-ice? It's about to go positive, actually. Total air temperature only -2, so I think we'll be okay by the time we actually descend. What's the METAR looking like? Yeah, the METAR is now 4 degrees, so it's a bit warmer. QNH 985. Alright, I'll update the winds. Let's do that now. So 190 at 12. So the winds have picked up a little bit. The clouds have got slightly lower. It's now few at 1,500, scattered at 3,000. And the broken is exactly the same. 4 degrees is there, and 986 on the QNH. Remember, transition altitude is 7,000 in Bergen Airport, according to the ILS chart. Well, we're not actually in the clouds yet, and it is positive temperature outside, so that's good. It's +0 degrees now. We are going to be in these clouds up until about 5,000 feet outside the airport, roughly. So we'll be in it while we're making this turn. Alright, passing 11,000 feet, we'll have the landing lights on for 10,000 feet. According to On Air Company, you can have the landing lights on anything below flight level 120. Right, and we're just about to hit the decel point now, which this thing should hopefully follow. I don't fly this flight factor A320 very much. So, well, the FPS is really starting to fall now in the game. It's something I have come across with X-Plane. The FPS inside clouds is absolutely appalling. It just starts to absolutely drop. If you look away from the clouds, the FPS increases, and particularly in this flight factor. This flight factor is not the best on FPS compared to my other planes. For some reason, this thing's actually below plan. I don't know. This thing does have a problem with slowing down and speeding up. It does speed sometimes, this plane, but it's not too bad actually. We have got it slowed down successfully, I think. We're going to have to slow down to 220 knots after this anyway. Yeah, this performance isn't great in the clouds, never mind. I don't think it's raining down in Bergen. I'm not sure actually. I mean, if there's that many clouds, maybe it is raining. Actually, by the way, rain does appear on the windscreen of planes in this game. Something very cool. Not even Microsoft Flight Sim does that, unless you have it really cranked up quite high, the settings. By the way, okay, so X-Plane is now running in real time. And sadly, X-Plane, if it runs under 20 FPS, you do get the risk of being disconnected from Vatsim because of a feature with X-Plane not running real time if it's under 20 FPS. So we've got to try and keep the FPS good. Our FPS will suddenly improve as soon as we come out of these clouds. Just while we're in them, unfortunately. It's a really annoying bug. I was getting about 40 plus FPS outside the clouds. Now we're in them, I'm getting 20. It's really bad. It's quite annoying. There's no reason I should be getting bad FPS, to be honest, either. I mean, I'm running fairly high settings, although they're definitely cranked down. I've got the reflections turned off on this aircraft. The anti-aliasing's at about middle. Oh, there you go. So the FPS you can see now is starting to increase again. Actually, maybe you can't see it, but for me it is. Anyway, because we're heading out these clouds. Like you can see us heading through clouds now. So there we go. We've headed through a layer of clouds. Look, so we've come out of that layer, and then there's another layer below it. We can start to see the ground now. Oh yeah, the FPS is now at 30. So there we go. Yeah, over 10 FPS difference that makes. Just clouds. It's absolutely insane. Right, this aircraft's now going to start slowing down. We're going to go start setting ourselves up in terms of auto brakes and all that stuff. It is a 9,800 foot runway, so auto brakes low, because we're going to have full reverses, because unlike FSX we have a bit of control over what percentage the reverses go to by using a button. In X-Plane it's either max reverses or no reverses. if you're using a button rather than an axis. So that's what we're going to have to stick with. Right, just about past 7,000, we'll set the QNH now, which is 986. There it is. And we'll arm the spoilers by pressing 3. No? That same trick doesn't work in this aircraft, does it? Okay, let's pull it up. Normally it just works. Right. I'm going flat to 1 now as well, because we're starting to slow down. And we're now on the final leg. So we're going to get landing system turned on. So yeah, we basically shortened that arc, so we're now heading into Nepam. There is now a plane on the ground in Bergen. It's only been online for 3 minutes. It's actually a helicopter, I think. Looking at what they've written in the remarks, heli-doc they've written. Oh, there you go. I think they're an air ambulance. Yeah, so they're a helicopter. We're out of the cloud now, so our FPS is now 35. Look at that. And it looks so much smoother. Anything above 25, 30 in a flight sim looks quite smooth. But then it's as soon as it drops below that 25, that crucial 25, as soon as it starts dropping below that, that's when it starts to look ridiculous. Really laggy. Right. Down at 3,000 now. That's the ILS altitude. We're fine. So I'm going to delete the altitude restriction at Nepam now, so that this thing can manage its approach properly. Bergen traffic, Skyways 432, 18 miles out, getting ready to establish ILS 17 Whiskey. Bergen traffic. So just letting that person know, I'm pretty sure they're a helicopter anyway, so they're going to be using a helipad, obviously. Where is the helipad here? I actually don't know where it is. Well, there you go. So there is actually a special heli apron in Bergen, so they'll be using that. Subscribed and like. Nice. Hope you are enjoying the stream, obviously. That's why I do these streams, so people enjoy. Thank you for the subscription. Okay, nicely passing 4,000 feet. Let's get approach armed now, because we are getting ready to establish ourselves on the ILS here. And start bringing the speed down as well, so we'll go to 200 knots. Is this thing going to naturally lose speed? Doesn't look like it. I'm going to need to use speed brakes at first. Right, where does the glide slope start? The glide slope starts at FF17 Whiskey. That's where it starts. So 2,400. So we'll set 2,000. The go around altitude is 3,000 here. So once we're established, we'll buff that up. And there is a bit of rain, although it doesn't appear to be... it appears on the Zebo's windscreen. Why doesn't it appear on this one? That's really annoying. I was like, oh, great thing about X-Plane. The rain appears on the windscreen. But no, not this aircraft. Maybe it's because of the settings. Rain effect. Why is rain effect off? On. Oh, that's annoying. I have to reload the plane. Why was rain effect turned off? Oh, well. Never mind. Right, let's put the speed brakes armed now, because we're at a slow enough speed where we can start using flaps to slow ourselves down instead. We're on the glide slope, so we'll set 3,000. And we'll go 160 knots now. Bergen traffic, Skyways 432, established ILS 17 Whiskey. Okay, that's annoying we can't see the rain, that's a shame. We have now officially captured the glide slope and the localizer. Right, gear down.
2,500.
And we'll go final approach speed, which is 138.
2,500.
There we go. Can't see the airport just yet. Actually, there it is. I can see it just. It's a little bit misty, but I can see it. who's that that's just come online? ENOS Centre. Are you joking me? That's Norway Control. Norway Control has just come online this second. Oh, actually, never mind. It's not Norway. It's the other part of Norway. They're only Sector 4, so it doesn't cover us anyway. That's good. I'd be a bit annoyed if ATC for us popped up last minute like that. Right. Okay, I think we're ready to go. There you go. Everything's all good there. So, let's disconnect the autopilot. I'm sure there's a button for it somewhere, but we'll use that instead. Actually, it's okay with that. And in this aircraft, I will just clear that thing there. In this aircraft, you have. There you go. So I think that helicopter has now departed Bergen, and the Norway Control actually just disconnected straight away. So who knows? But we have our control, and in the Airbus you don't go idle throttle. You basically let the auto throttles handle it until right before touchdown. Obviously it's feeling a bit weird to control this plane because I'm using a yoke, which, as I said, in FSX it doesn't make too much of a difference that you're using a yoke to control a joystick plane, but it makes a bit of a difference in X-Plane because of how the flight model works. Going pretty decent FPS, just over 35. It's kind of flickering around 35-ish. Bergen traffic, Skyways 432, 3 miles out.
1,000.
We're a teeny bit high, so we'll just bring it back a bit. There we go, there is the helicopter. We can see its call sign there appearing on our screen. That's good. That means it's not on the runway or anything. We're not going to crash into it.
Approaching 17.
There you go, there's the thing from RAAS that is built into this aircraft. I think it might actually be a free plugin though that you can add to the Zebo. I haven't done it yet though. There we go. Approaching. Hopefully this will be a good landing. It's been quite a while since I've landed this thing in this game.
300, 100 above. 200. Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. Retard.
Idle the power.
Retard.
And there we go. Nice landing actually. Not too bad. And reverses. See the spray actually. That's cool. That's a cool effect. That. 100 knots. Reverses in because I don't want to use too much reverses because we have to use maximum reverses. There we go. Pretty decent landing. That smoother than the ones in FSX with this plane. The A320. Right. Manual braking. Auto brakes off. We'll try and get off here. There we go. And we'll vacate the runway there. My notable steering wasn't working for a minute there. Stop the clock there. Line lights off. Taxi lights on. Start the APU once it's ready. Bergen traffic, Skyways 432 vacated. There goes the helicopter. Right. So we're going to taxi into the apron area, then we'll taxi right round to the edge and park round there, stand 2-3. Start the APU. And you can see this is one of those really nice X-Plane sceneries where there's full markings on the ground and everything. Don't even get that in the new Flight Sim, Microsoft Flight Sim. Don't get that in FSX or any of them. Maybe get it in P3D. I don't know. I haven't used P3D. There we go. I hope everyone enjoyed that flight. Let's just get ourselves round. There should be a taxiway to the left coming up. There it is. And yeah, stand 2-3. Hopefully Samworld Jetways will want to connect this time, unlike in Gatwick. Right. Track flaps, disarm spoilers. There you go, there's stand 2-3. That's the one we're going to take. And yeah, hopefully the jetway program will work. It should be automated to do with turning off the beacon and setting the parking brakes, but it wasn't working at Gatwick. At some airports it doesn't work because the jetways are too far away from the aircraft themselves. But it should work, apparently. Right. So that A that's appearing there, that must be something to do with... Right, there we go. Nice. Almost, I think we parked a bit too far forward there. Or maybe the jetway was too far back, I don't know. Right, parking brake set. Idle the power. And is the APU set up and ready to go? It is available, so we can go ahead and turn off the engines, turn off the TCAS. Wait, what? Oh, then my aircraft didn't lose power, it was just flicking over. I thought it lost power then. I was like, oh dear. There we go. Cut off the fuel pumps. There we go. Is the jetway going to connect? I think we need to have the beacon light turned off in order for it to try to connect. No, it doesn't look like it wants to connect. I think we parked too far forwards this time. Again. Once again, I go jetway. Oh, this is connecting. It's struggling to connect, actually. Parking brakes are set, though. Weird. The beacon lights are off, though, so it should... Right, on ground power now. Off goes the APU. See what signs can come off. It doesn't seem like... Doesn't look like this wants to work, the jetways. I'll try doing it manually instead. Doesn't look like it can actually find the gate anyway. I find it weird that it wouldn't register automatically, because I thought it was parking brake had to be either on... I think parking brake had to be on, or chocks had to be on. Oh, wait a minute, why is the jetway coming from over there? Why is it trying to get that jetway to connect to us? What is going on here? That's weird. Is that actually going to connect? We'll see. Right. Packs off. Engine gens off. And we'll see what happens with this. Does look like it's actually coming to connect to us. It looks ridiculous. Right. So cargo, we'll call the baggage loaders. Okay, it is actually trying to connect to us, funnily enough. It looks ridiculous, but... Look at that. That's the world's longest jetway, and... does it open the door for us as well? No, it doesn't. Can I open the door without calling the stairs, or would it not let me? So we open the door now because I've told it we're at a gate, and we'll get stairs at the back. And there we go. That is everything done. There we go. We have the stairs at the back, jetway at the front, albeit in a bit of a weird way. And there we go. We'll go ahead and stop recording on Skytrack. 661 miles we flew in the end. There we go. Get rid of that. And there we go. Hope everyone enjoyed this flight. Pretty good. I'm really happy with the landing as well. I haven't always done the best of landings in the Airbus, so pretty nice. But there we go. Down on the ground after completing a successful flight. Hope everyone really enjoyed that one. Hope to see you in the next one, and thank you for the subscription. Hope everyone enjoys the content. Up to 145 subscribers now. I hope the channel keeps growing. Obviously subscribe for more iRacing and flight sim content. Don't know why I forgot that. Hope you enjoy the stream, and I hope to see you in the next one. with the background music, and bye-bye!